Hi, I'm Molly Shattuck from Centennial Tax and Accounting, and this is my 2 cents on hourly versus salaried employees. What employees should be paid a salary, and which one should be paid hourly, and why does it matter? Here is the lowdown. Hourly employees are entitled to time and a half pay when they work over 40 hours in a week. You are also required to pay hourly employees at least the minimum wage. Because hourly employees are not exempt from overtime pay and not exempt from minimum wage, they are often called non-exempt employees. Salaried employees are exempt from overtime pay, meaning no matter how many hours they work in a week, you don't have to pay them overtime. They are also exempt from the minimum wage. Being exempt from overtime pay and minimum wage is why salaried employees are often referred to as exempt employees. You may wonder, well, why wouldn't I just pay a salary to all of my employees? This would be much easier. I wouldn't have to track hours and I wouldn't have to pay overtime. Sounds great. Well, it's not as easy as it seems. The Federal Fair Labor Standards Act, commonly known as FLSA, and state labor laws need to be reviewed to see how to best classify your employees to stay in compliance. When determining whether an employee is exempt or non-exempt, there are two key factors that need to be considered. Number one is their pay. You are required to pay salaried employees at least $684 per week. This is a little over $35,000 a year. This is a salary minimum. If you are paying a salary less than this to any employee, regardless of if they are full-time or part-time, you should consider making them hourly or at least tracking their hours in order to stay compliant with the FLSA. The second key factor to consider is an employee's job duties. The FLSA provides an exemption from both minimum wage and overtime pay for employees employed in bona fide, executive, administrative, and professional roles. In general, salaried employees should have executive, administrative, and/or professional job duties. It is important to understand these job duties in order to correctly classify employees as exempt or non-exempt. A question I get quite often is, hey, Molly, what's the best way to pay my employees, hourly or salaried? In general, there is no best way to pay an employee. Rather, there is a correct way to pay the employee, namely based on their job duties. This is where I always tell employers to start. Consider the job duties. Look at the job description. What is this employee doing? Do they have executive, administrative, or professional job duties? Are they managing others? Are they making executive decisions about the business organization? Are they in a teaching role? Are they in an outside sales role? Are they using discretion and independent judgment in their day-to-day? Many times the answer is not black and white, and there are usual special circumstances to consider. Here at Centennial, we are here to help our clients stay compliant, and that includes compliance with the FLSA and the Department of Labor. Reach out if you have specific questions on how to pay your employees. That is my 2 cents on hourly versus salaried employees.